Hi, and welcome back to easyFab. We're going to continue our series on repeatable swatches, and we're going to take a look at our last section, which is adding text to our repeatable swatches. And these designs are all set up so you can easily add multiple text to these designs and personalize with it. One of my favorite designs is this luggage tag with Route 66 on it and US 101 on it. So let's get started. So the thing you're going to be concentrating on in this lesson is adding your text, inserting text to it. So it's very important that you're happy with your text, because that's really what's going to show the most, and also learning how to rotating it and placing it in your design. So I've picked Bookman Old Style, and it doesn't hurt to go in and write out text and change them. So just so you know, I'm going to go ahead and type California. So that's the first one I'm going to start with. So as long as it's beating, you can see the pulse beating there. You can go in and go ahead and change your font and view your different fonts. Keep on viewing them till you're satisfied with what you want. And then I'm going to bring my toolbar over here so you can see what I'm doing. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to spend a lot of time on your rotation. Now, when you open your rotation tool, it's going to normally be at 90. And you want to be somewhere down around between 5 and 10 as you start to rotate your text. So you can see if you were at 90, it's going to just flip all over the place. And you want to try to kind of line it up with a straight edge, so it's kind of straight. And this one is pretty straight here. And then I'm just going to kind of move it in place. I'm going to center it in the middle of this luggage tag. And it doesn't hurt to take it down somewhere around 2 or 3 to even get it a little finer. So if I wanted to take it down here, you can always go back in and fine tune it just a tiny bit. You know, you can just move it very, very gradually. But we're okay with it at that. All right, so let's go on to our next one. And my next one is going to be over here. Don't forget, you have to, every time you add your text, you have to click on Add Text. My next one, it's going to be New Mexico. And I'm going to rotate again, very slowly. I like to do it slowly, don't like to overshoot it. And then move it down. And then maybe do it a little bit more and then move it into place. And you can change the color. I just happen to want to use black on this one. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to do Texas over here. And each time you add a new layer, it's going to be adding a new layer under Manage Layers, so you can always go back in. And when you have everything on its own layer, let's say you wanted to make this layer 48, and it won't affect anything else. That way, it's always great that everything is on its own layer. So if you wanted to make this layer text different than the other layers, you can. Move that a tiny bit over. And then our last text layer is down here, and I'm going to do Arizona. And I'm going to take this one down maybe to 36. And I'm going to rotate it right. Now you see I'm on 2, and I have much more control when it's on a much lower number. And then once I get it down here, you know, I can even, if I even wanted to go somewhere in between, I can. And then maybe even fine tune it with my zoom. I don't have to go exactly with the number, but I can fine tune it using my zoom in and out. Now, every once in a while, you'll get something really fun, or one of these graphics will allow you to take out the pixels. And in this one, it does. And it all depends on how these graphics are put together. But I was playing around for this demonstration, and I noticed when I used my magic wand, I was able to remove my pixels. So in this case, I immediately went and found a great picture from this road trip, and I added it to the design. Now you can't do it with everything, but every once in a while it lends itself to be able to do this. And I'm going to turn it the other way. I'm going to move this back to round 10. And move it over here. And then I'm going to manage my layers. And I'm going to move it way up here. You have to keep on moving it up because there's lots of text there. And there you go. Isn't that fun? It just so happens it works. And there's my swatch of fabric. I have my road trip names. I've lost California for some reason. But there I got it back. And I would save it and save my swatch. And I'm going to go into my folder, which is my swatch with text. There it is, and my road trip. And I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to create a design. And there it is. Enjoy it. There's so many wonderful things to do with adding text, and every once in a while you can add a photo.